hurts again. Can you call the chiropractor?
Nope, sorry.
Massage?
Think again.
And what can we do? My back hurts.
So this is the biggest issue I see with people with chronic aches and pains. They're just going through the hamster wheel of chiropractic, massage, ice, everything else that works for a moment, but immediately goes back to, being painful in the next few days. So this week, what you need and what we're going to talk about is a recovery plan and an understanding of what to do and what not to do that gets permanent results. So when it comes to chronic pain, and when I say chronic, I mean you were not hit by a car, you didn't fall on your butt and break something, but just pain that seems to kind of, repeat itself over and over again. One of the biggest errors that I see with anyone is just repeating things that make you feel better. So you massage an area and it feels better for a while, but then it just goes back to feeling bad. Or you go to a chiropractor, they adjust you, you feel better for a while, and it goes back to being bad. Recognize that that's part of the solution, and that's part of the process that we want. But we have to go further than that by kind of reestablishing movement in the right places. And what I mean is, before you start worrying about, I have a herniated disc in this area, or there's pathology here, what we want to think about is kind of eliminating reasons why your back would hurt, okay, or your shoulder, or wherever it's hurting. We're going to use the back as an example. What I mean by that is that when I don't move well from one place, I typically have to move more from the places above and below in order to compensate. The low back is a good example of that. So when I take a step on the ground, for example, or I'm standing, I'm technically pushing away from the ground. And in order to do that, my pelvis has to internally rotate or push down to the ground. When that doesn't happen, I'm just going to go up into my back and do that instead. Okay, so you can see this sort of big arch here in Figaro's back, and this is a telltale sign of that. It's just, instead of kind of using the hips in order to do this, Figaro is just shoving into the ground, and eventually, because this area wasn't built to do that, it starts to develop pain because the body senses it as abnormal. So our process is that we want to use things like chiropractic or massage or foam rolling or something like that first to sort of release the stuff above and below, okay? Because that's going to give us access to the ability to rebuild movement. After that, we want to reestablish slow, gentle movements in these areas so this area doesn't have to do as much, okay? So today we're going to talk about that, but then also, the overall structure. It's kind of like in the last few videos how we've gone over, like, what does a week look like as far as a plan goes for looking great on stage or getting back to exercise. A recovery plan is no different, okay? It's what you do on a weekly basis as well as what you don't do, especially, that makes a big difference. Not just a certain exercise or, going to a chiropractor. That definitely is probably part of the plan, but we want to learn how we put it all together, okay? So in the subsequent videos, we'll talk about that as well as how you can kind of start to use some things like that to get some permanent relief. All right, so when we talk about a painful area, our first step is to release the tension around the painful area. I'm not saying to roll or release or do anything to the painful area yourself. What I'm saying is by releasing the stuff around it, we create the potential to start to reestablish better movement to take pressure off of the painful area. Okay, so this could be chiropractic, this could be massage. The key with those two things, and I really want to make this clear, is when it comes to chiropractic, go in with that specific intention in mind as opposed to allowing them to put you on like a maintenance plan or to have you come in for 6 weeks. If this works, it's going to work within a week or two, but you want to combine the two things. And so that'll be our next step in our next video. Okay, if we're talking about massage, you want light massage. Okay, we want massage where we're relaxing the tension around the muscles. Okay, so light Swedish massage as opposed to deep massage where they're going super deep, because all that's going to do is make your muscles kick back harder and compress and squeeze more. Okay, so that's a really, really important thing to consider. Okay, and in a similar fashion, we're going to use myofascial release or foam rolling to do something similar. Okay, so now, caution, when you're doing this stuff, it should feel like you're getting a light massage, but you're not being like stabbed. Okay, so you want to choose the right tool, because what we're trying to do is tell our nervous system to relax things as opposed to make things tighter. When I push hard into something, it's going to create a sense of threat. So I want to tell my body to let go. So two tools that we have a foam roller, and I have a potato here, okay, that we're going to use as kind of like a deeper massage tool. But when we're talking about back pain as an example, okay, we're going to work on our hip rotators or the areas below our hips, and then we're going to work on our lats, which tend to arch the back, okay? So when we talk about our lats, I'm going to kind of come up here in my armpit. I'm going to find a spot that hurts, and I'm going to pin that spot down. And what I want to do is just roll over my lat, breathe in, and roll back and exhale. And just really work the rolling with breathing, because again, we're doing everything that we can to coax the nervous system into relaxing the tension that's created, okay, which is what we call neurological tension as opposed to just we have a tight muscle. So that's why you notice, like after you roll or after you get a massage, like stuff feels lighter, not because you made the muscle more flexible, but just because you reduce the level of tension that was created there. You reduce the sense of threat. So we're going to roll that area like 10 times. We're going to flip over. Obviously, I would do the other side. And then I'm going to work my hip rotators, okay? And this is the area kind of behind my butt here, this area. Oftentimes, that area gets stiff and kind of glues all this stuff together. It doesn't allow for this to open up, so we have to move from here instead. So what I'm going to do is take the potato. I'm going to kind of find the spot that hurts here, which for me is right about here. Okay, and again, it should be like maybe a 5 out of 10. Once I'm there, I'll do it this way so you can see me a little better. I'm just going to kind of open up my knee like this and just sort of move back and forth. What I don't want you to do is like roll everywhere, because that doesn't really do anything. Pin down the spot that's rather sore and then just kind of move the muscle back and forth. It's almost like, you know, teaching the muscle to let go and open things up again, then move to the next spot. Spend about maybe 1 minute there, no more than that. And that's your first step. So once we release the stiff stuff around the back, as an example, we want to start to incorporate slow, gentle movement that's going to allow our body to sort of re-establish movement in our hips as well as our back to some degree. Okay, and so this is where something like Alexander technique or Feldenkrais may fit in. But what I'm going to show you guys is rolling for this, because I really like this. I'm going to put my hands like this, and I want to think about just moving from one area. Okay, so we're trying to get motion from our hips rather than just sort of arching my back and trying to bring everything together as a unit. And the way this is going to work is that I'm going to relax everything out, and I'm slowly just going to roll my left knee forward, feel my hips start to turn this way, breathe in. I'm just going to exhale and start to roll back. So just slow, gentle, relaxed movement. To just start to reestablish the ability of the hips to flex as we go forward and to extend as we go back. Okay, notice that my hips are doing a lot of movement, my back less so. Okay, we'll obviously do the other side, but then from there, I can move into something like a cat camel where I'm rounding my back out and breathing in. Then I'm exhaling, just sort of working on just relaxed movements to whatever degree that I'm able to of my lumbar spine, and then inhaling and moving back up. And again, just gentle, gentle movement, just only doing what my body will allow for. Inhale as I go up, exhale as I go down. And I can even do that at the beginning by just putting my hands under my lower back, just letting myself arch a little bit, and then just letting myself flex. And again, by just reestablishing gentle movement in this area, I kind of tell my nervous system and my brain that I don't have to kind of like just stiffen everything up together and just shove myself forward. Okay, so that might be, so the process then would be roll first, knock out some gentle movement second. You get a massage, you get some chiropractic treatment, whatever it may be. You know, try this stuff afterwards, and you're going to start to notice some lasting relaxation. And again, just do this for maybe, a few minutes or whatever, several times a day. And that's going to be quite beneficial. All right, so let's talk recovery plan. Okay, so just like we talk about getting a plan for getting in better shape, where we have workouts staggered throughout the week, The way that I view something like massage, chiropractic, foam rolling, that is a physical stressor to your body that we're using to help create some sort of a change. Okay, and in this case, it's releasing the stiffness that's been acquired through, the way that we've been moving. Okay, so let's say you go with chiropractic. Okay, I would want to stagger that throughout the week and follow it up with some gentle movement. Okay, so let's say on Monday, we get a chiropractic adjustment. Afterwards or throughout the day, I'm going to do some very relaxed gentle movement to help my body to kind of like work on the newly acquired range of motion that sort of freeing up some of the stiffness has created. Okay, and then, I'm going to repeat that gentle movement on Tuesday and maybe on Wednesday, maybe get adjusted again on Thursday and then repeat that process until Monday again. What I would do is maybe stagger out the adjustments, massage, the rolling early on in the process. Maybe like Monday and Friday. And then as I go along, I start to get better moving, that sort of thing. You might want to add one more in, if, you're not getting the results that you want. If you are, that's really all that you need. But in the beginning, just like, your body's going to be sore after strength training, similar when it comes to things like this. Okay, so whether it be massage, foam rolling, chiropractic, whatever you do, be sure to stagger those things out long enough that, your body can recover from that stressor. Okay, and sort of fill in those other days with maybe, 10 to 15 minutes of relaxed movement twice a day, and that's sort of a recovery plan. Okay, and so I know that this is a complex topic. If you do have any questions, please feel free to make comments or, send us questions. Happy to answer them. Hope you guys are successful with this. Have an awesome week.